Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Really excited to have someone that I have grown to love, James Arkell. He is the COO of the Kansas City Mavericks hockey team, and he is also the founder of Halo Care Collective, which includes Michael's WonderWorld, which will be coming to Kansas City here in the next couple of years. This conversation talks all about the joy of the sporting experience that we can get with hockey here in KC with the Mavericks. It's incredibly fun. And we also talk about James and his wife, who have a son with a very rare genetic disorder that they have found so much inspiration in, that they are building a city within a city where they're going to be building an arena, an amusement park, a hotel that are ultra accessible for everybody to be able to come and enjoy this experience. This is going to be one that you want to share with the families that you know, anyone who might have someone in their family with a disability. There's a lot to learn, a lot to find inspiration in, and I hope you enjoy the episode. So happy to have you here.
Thank you.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me.
James Arkell.
Not Arkell.
Not Arkell. Let's make that clear. All right, James Arkell, you are founder of Halo Care Collective, and you are the COO of the Kansas City Mavericks. And I wanted to say, first of all, thank you for being here. Second of all, I got connected with you because Lauren, I think it was Lauren, on the Mavs, invited me to come in as an influencer or content creator for a hockey experience. And from then on out, I think we became fast friends. And you have been the most hospitable, the most inviting, one of the most friendly people that I have met truly in Kansas City. So I could not wait to have you on. And we're going to talk about a lot of different things today. So
You're
thanks
probably
for
one of the
being
few
here.
people that would say that, but thank you.
Oh, I highly doubt that. Yeah. I think we have a few friends in common that would agree with that. So, okay. So you've got your Michael's WonderWorld.
Yeah,
I have the
those.
Mavs on here. So we're going to be talking about multiple things that you are involved in, which are incredible additions to Kansas City. But I want to first start with your background. Where are you from? I don't even know where you're from, how you ended up here, all the things.
I was born in Kansas City.
Okay.
And then we moved to Wichita. And my dad was a doctor, and so he had a practice down in Wichita. And then we moved back here my junior year of high school.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was
Interesting
rough.
time.
Yeah, it was a tough time.
Where'd you go to high school?
Shawnee Mission South.
Okay.
And great school, great. I mean, I love Kansas City. I've moved all over the place. I went to college in Maryland. I have family up in New York.
Okay.
I have a brother down in Florida. I always end up coming back to Kansas City.
Yep.
And I met my wife here.
Okay.
And we, now we have 4 kids and
4 kids later.
4 kids later, and
which we'll get into.
I can't imagine, life without it. But Kansas City's such a great town. I like visiting. We like to travel. We like to go to different places. But I love Kansas City. I couldn't picture myself living anywhere else.
Why do you love it so much?
It's comfortable. It's really comfortable. It's not too much. It's like the perfect temperature porridge, right?
Yeah.
Like we have art, we have culture, we have great food. We're big enough that, you've got that city feel when you want it.
Yeah.
But we're small enough that people are still friendly.
Yeah.
I think Kansas City is one of the best kept secrets in the country.
I agree. I just think it's so interesting. Every time I talk to somebody, I'm like, what is it about KC? Because everybody loves it.
Yeah.
And I moved here from Chicago, and people love Chicago, but they don't love Chicago the way that people in KC love KC. And people love the people here.
I love to visit Chicago.
That element. Me too. We still do
I
that.
don't want to live in Chicago.
Yeah. Which, by the way, you don't have any association with Chicago, do you? I think it came up in my research. Somebody's lying about you online, or there's a different James Arkell with Chicago.
What was my relation?
That you were like from there or something. You said you're from
That's not
KC.
me. No,
okay, different
I've never
person.
Yeah, there's a lot of James Arkells. It's like the internet has brought all these people together. For the longest time, my dad's from England, and there's a James Arkell brewery in England.
I came across a James Arkell on a podcast who's from England.
Yeah. And
Is that your dad?
No, my dad's William Arkell. He's dead.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Yeah, no.
I came across that yesterday.
So anyways, the internet's a fun place.
Yes, it is. Okay. So let's talk about, so you moved back here after college?
I lived in D.C. for a long time,
and
then moved back here, and then moved around. It was, I had to figure some things out.
Okay.
Just full disclosure, I got sober 20 years ago.
Good for you.
And after I got sober, I moved back to Kansas City. Wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, and once again, Kansas City was home.
Yeah.
And so while here, I met my wife. all my friends are here, all my family's here. My brother, obviously, I said, is in Florida, but it's always been home, and it's just such a great place to be.
Did you, if you don't mind me asking, with the getting sober, did you do that on the East Coast, or did you come back here to do that?
I came back here and went to a treatment center that was, it's no longer there, but I'm glad that it was when I went, because the gentleman that owned it and ran it was amazing.
Yeah.
And, we talked about whether we talk about faith or not.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. There's obviously, you see things in your life, and we'll get into some of those other things, that there's no such thing as coincidence.
Yeah.
And it, certain things lead you to certain places, and I think when you have God in your life in a way that's, whatever God is, it's a loving, kind of God, right?
Yeah.
And I've never thought of it that way before, because it's just, I don't know, my own stuff. But what you see is he's acting in your life, right?
Yeah.
There's some presence there that's trying to help you be the best you can be.
Right.
And when you're not doing that, which is an understatement, but if you slow down and listen, I mean, busyness is what creates all this. We live in a time of busyness.
Oh my gosh, beyond.
And overwhelming. Between the internet, the phones, all the different. I mean, I don't want to sound like a boomer or whatever, but
no, but I mean, it's true. Like, I mean, I even last night, I have 2 podcasts that I'm recording today, and then we've got Big Slit coming up this weekend, and there's just so much going on that my mind is just like, and I'm like, how do I slow my mind down? We all have to find those ways, but I appreciate you talking about that, because we're all dealing with something or have dealt with something, and there's just so much that we all can relate to and learn from each other about. Like, you went through that. How did you find peace? How did you find, the next phase of your life? So, yeah. How did you meet your wife?
We had both moved here. I moved back to go to, obviously, treatment.
Yep.
And she'd moved here from Dallas, and we were both at the same church.
Yeah.
And obviously, since I was getting sober, I couldn't hang out with old playmates,
Sure.
And we just started hanging out. And I had this little dog. It was a little miniature schnauzer, and we would take it to the park and walk around it. And neither one of us were looking to date or do anything. And then I remember one night we were at the Plaza Art Fair, and we just started holding hands.
Oh.
It's all downhill from there.
How long has it been now?
20 years.
20 years. Okay. So I don't know Sarah well, but I see her at a lot of the events that you do at Mavericks games, everything. And she is just so present. And you can tell the love between both you guys. Yeah. And then, of course, with your kids around. Yeah. And you guys have 4 kids.
Oh, yeah.
To date.
No, four and done. Four and done.
How old are your kids now?
18, 16, 14, and 11.
Okay. So obviously we're going to talk a lot specifically about Michael, because we're going to get into that. But I first want to start with the Mavericks. Okay. So for people who've never been to a Mavericks game, tell us about what they should expect with it. I mean, right now we're at the end of May, going into early June. So you can talk about kind of where we're, summer
playoff hockey.
Yeah. So it's a minor league team, but kind of go back to how long has the team been around? When did you get involved? If you want to talk about Lamar.
Sure, absolutely. The team's been here 16 years.
Okay.
And our family, Lamar, bought it 11 years ago.
Who had it before?
It was a peanut farmer named Matt Adams out of Texas.
A peanut farmer. Okay.
A lot of money in peanut farming.
Apparently.
A lot of money.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. I mean, it was he did very well.
I learned something new today.
I know. And great guy, but we had been looking at bringing another team here.
Okay.
And at that time, I'd never even heard of the Mavericks.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'd never. Lamar's family obviously is involved in the MLS, and at that time still owned the Columbus Crew. So we were going back and forth quite a bit, and because of my large family, we would drive quite a bit to go out there, and we'd always pass the Independence Arena, and I never knew what it was.
Right.
I'm like, what is that?
Was it Cable Dahmer at the time?
No, it was Silverstein, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was not Cable Dahmer. I know that.
I wasn't even here at the time, because we moved here in 2016. So. And
so while we were going through this process of looking to build a new arena and bring this team in from Canada and all this other stuff, we're like, this team's here. It's for sale. Again, that nudge to. I do remember looking at Lamar and saying, they already have phones. They already have a building. We don't have to go from scratch.
Just that little nugget helped you.
It's a turnkey. Yeah. Of let's not.
That's really funny.
Let's not reinvent the wheel here. It had been truly the best kept secret in Kansas City when it came to sports.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was there.
Do you still feel like it?
No.
I mean, you don't want it to be.
But it was.
Yeah.
I feel like we're closer to not being a secret.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we're a secret anymore, and that was obvious when we had the issue with not being able to play our home games potentially in front of fans.
Why?
And because the buildings. All right, so we had a minor strike during Christmas.
Oh.
Excuse me. The players went on strike for I think it was a total of 48 hours.
Oh my gosh.
It was horrible.
This is under your ownership.
Yes, this was this year.
Oh.
Not our players.
Okay.
The league.
Oh, the league. Okay.
Went on strike.
I was
No,
like,
our
did
players.
you anticipate this happening as you
Yeah.
came in?
No, they'd been working
acquired the
on.
team?
They were going, and the really funny thing was, our players, all the things they were asking for, we were already doing.
Okay.
So it didn't really. It shouldn't have impacted our team, but because it pushed back a week on the schedule, and all of these buildings, this one of the constant issues you have is they're trying to balance not being empty. And so they book things out, and a lot of these things book 2 years in advance. And so anyways.
So you're talking about like concerts and other things
Concerts,
that are happening.
graduations,
Yeah.
because we do not own or control that building.
Yeah.
City of Independence owns it, and it's managed by Oakview Group.
Got it.
So we're just a tenant, even though we're the only large tenant.
Right. That's really interesting because I would have just assumed that you would
everybody
be
does.
the primary
Yeah.
tenant.
Well, we are the primary tenant, but we're not the manager, which
We're
is
not
kind
in
of a
control.
weird dynamic because you're competing against each other to sell sponsorships and things like that. It's not always the best fit, but I will give credit where credit's due. The City of Independence really stepped up, and they, so there were graduations. We were going to be forced to have the 2, possibly 4 of our games on the community ice.
Oh.
Yeah, and the fans.
That's a shift. Yeah.
That was not good.
Yeah.
That was not what we wanted. And it's funny because I do it too, but everybody sits back and thinks, I already know how to fix this. And it's like, no, you don't. You really don't. Like, you understand what the surface is, and it's complicated, and we had all these people looking at you. I mean, Mayor Q stepped in, and I wish he hadn't. But,
oh, no.
I know, because he's like,
Didn't
why
exactly
can't they
help.
play in, what is it, T-Mobile and all this other stuff? And it's like, guys, you're not helping.
That is a massive difference in ask of people.
Well, and it was,
understand.
and so we got the call on that. And I mean, again, the glass half full, at least people were noticing. And that's what we realized. Was
Right.
we've actually achieved what we were trying to do, which was, this is a good team.
Yeah.
And this is good hockey. Like, everybody gets confused with the terminology of minor league or non-professional, whatever. It's a pro hockey team.
Okay.
We got guys that go up to the NHL. We got a goalie on our roster right now that's already played in the NHL this season.
Okay.
For the price point, you're from Chicago.
Yep.
Go Blackhawks.
Go
I'm a
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks guy.
Yep.
I mean, I love
We got
the
the
Blackhawks.
Blackhawks gear at home.
Yeah, so do I. And
Little different price points.
very different. Very different price point.
Yeah.
Like, but what we have is such a great price point and such a great environment for the family. And what we've created is, we know who and what we are, right?
Yeah.
The hockey is the hockey.
Yeah.
You can't, even if we didn't have anything going on, the hockey's great. But what we've wanted to make sure we do is provide entertainment.
Yeah.
We are competing with the movies, festivals. We're competing with everything. We're not competing with the Chiefs or the Royals.
Sure.
Like, they're such very different
A league of their
demographics.
own.
Yeah, exactly. But what we want to make sure is everybody that comes out has a great time.
Yeah.
And
I've been to many games, and I mean,
have you ever not had a great time?
No, I have not.
Yeah.
So share some of the things that people can expect, because like in my experience, you have Star Wars night, you have the, I think it's in December, you like the charitable throw the bears, like everybody throws
Teddy
the
bear
bears
toss,
out.
yeah.
You can have
My
the
least favorite game.
experience to get out on the ice if you want to. So yeah, I mean, was that all your team's idea to bring that to?
I mean, minor league hockey had always been, one of the things, one cool aspect we have that most sports don't is the 2 20-minute period breaks, right?
Oh, right.
So for 20 minutes, we can go do goofy stuff.
Yeah.
And part of that within the hockey culture has always been, let's do fun stuff during that.
Yeah.
Like, let's figure out what we can do. You got giant Zambonis driving around on the ice and all these different things. We did a major shift in the team about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Right. It was during COVID, and we sat down and reevaluated where everything was. And the former, let's just say the former management that we had on it had one viewpoint, and we had another.
Okay.
And what we had always hoped to provide was a more complete Kansas City product, right? We wanted people from all over Kansas City. Kansas City has this wonderful, rich sports history.
Yeah.
All these great teams, all these great fans. Like, we deserve a spot in this.
Right.
And rather than their opinion was like, let's keep it as small and secretive as possible. And so
for what purpose?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Like,
that's
we won't even get into
We're
that.
not going to beat that dead horse. But
Sure.
but the point though was that we what's the best way to put this?
You brought kind of a renewed spirit or vision.
We decided to make a very large new direction change and brought some new people in and changed how the front office worked and how hockey ops worked and kind of aligned it how it should be, which means we put the coach is the GM and he is completely in charge of the team.
Okay.
I have told our front office, unless you have a reason to be in the coach's office or in the locker room, do not be in the locker room because we brought in another gentleman, Mike Chikini, who you've met, known him forever, and we brought him in to run the front office.
Okay.
Kept the two separate. Hockey ops separate because it allows them to do what they're best at doing, right?
Yeah.
And we
want to
want
stay in your lane of
correct, 100%.
expertise.
And you can't do everything. Nobody can be everything to everyone. And so what we focused on the front office, though, was building this. Like, we have such a great product. It's so much fun. How do we get more people out here? What's the best way to do it? And Mike's done a great job with that. Our entire team out there, we've never had this good of a team on and off the ice,
As of this year, right?
Well, we have quite a few
season.
holdovers. Not holdovers, but we have probably got the longest tenure team that we have had since we bought the team.
Yeah.
We have got the best game ops, in my opinion. We've got, you talked about Lauren. One of the things that, I wanted to figure out, how can we get more people, right? And I'm married. I've got 4 kids. What do I know as a fact? I have no calendar authority. So what I said is, how do we get...
That's fair.
How do we get the moms?
Yeah.
How do we, we know we're not going to get the star, we've got to get families out here. Yeah. We've got an incredible mix of families, young people, everything. But and that's how we created the street team, which I put Lauren in charge of, and that was us. That was like very on the ground marketing, going to places where we knew the people we were trying to attract were at. Yeah. And then inviting the influencers out. Yep. And we didn't do anything special for you guys. We just showed you what we had to offer. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun.
And these are major perks for influencers and content creators. And shout out to Lauren Kelly, who we're talking about. She's been there for several years. She's amazing. Love her. And for influencers like myself, people want to get paid for the work that they do. This is a great experience, whether you're paying on your own or whether you're invited as a content creator. Our family has come out. We have interacted with Mac, the mascot, which is so funny because our dog's name is Mac, so we think it's really cute. We have the cowbells that are unique to hockey. Oh my gosh. I know. They are so in our house. They are currently on the top shelf of our bar in our basement up high, where I'm like, no one can grab these until we absolutely need them for the game.
But it does help create a fun,
it does.
fan-friendly environment. Yeah, it does. And that's one thing we do. I have yet to have someone come out there and not have a great time. Yeah. You know, that's what's so much fun about hockey is you don't have to be a hockey fan to enjoy the game. It's fast-paced. There's no downtime. The guys are... the talent
They're
out there.
Fierce, yeah. And I think, too, it's like high energy.
Oh, yeah.
Before the game starts, you have, the crazy lights and flashing, and then you've got... music. It's
Flames
really pumps
smoke.
you up.
Oh yeah.
I like the fact with hockey, this might sound a little dumb, but it's closed in. So you're kind of really immersed in a different
It's an intimate
way.
environment, right?
Yeah.
And that's in that number of seats. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
and the nice thing about it,
smaller.
there's a safety, there's no weather concerns. I mean, believe it or not, it's cold.
It is cold.
I'm shocked how many people don't people that show up in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, you're going to a building where the floor is literally made of ice. Yeah. Is it going to be cold? A little. Yeah. But anyways.
Okay, I think I heard that you compared it maybe a little bit to the Savannah Bananas of hockey. Is that fair?
No. What I said to our team was I want more Savannah Bananas.
Okay.
And less NHL.
Okay. And what does that mean?
Sounds okay. We are a great hockey team. And the thing I get the most is, when are we going to get an NHL team? And I say,
I figured.
Never.
Yeah. So just put that out of your mind.
Correct.
For Casey.
The numbers don't work. They just don't. We've looked at it every different way. I would love for it to be, it would be amazing if we could. Yeah. I could be wrong. Would love for somebody to prove me wrong, but people a lot smarter than me that have
And I will not even ask you what that entails.
What's that?
That will be going down a deeper rabbit trail.
It's a very complicated process. We've got so many teams in Kansas City that there's really not room for another one.
Yeah.
But that aside, I like to tell people, this is the high. I mean, this is a great level of hockey. What you have with these guys is they're hungry, they're on the move. You get to watch them go up and down. We've got an amazing affiliation with the Seattle Kraken.
I want to hear about what that. Yeah, how does that work? What does that mean exactly? That it's a partnership.
Well, so the way it works in our league is, should I break down the pyramid of the league?
Sure.
Because most people don't even know that.
This is for any audience who wants to get into that detail or just wants to know.
I don't want to be. I don't want to. I mean,
love the
detail. I can geek out forever. But so the NHL, the AHL, and the ECHL.
Okay.
And we are in the ECHL.
Got it.
Okay.
See, I didn't even know that there were 3.
Yeah. So we actually looked at going to the AHL.
Okay.
And when we were looking at it, it was actually with St. Louis. They had offered, because half of the AHL teams are owned by their NHL affiliates.
Okay.
And so we were up talking. Great organization. We're still really good friends with all the guys up there.
Yeah.
But the amount of cost, we lose all control of the players, all control of the cost. Of the coaching.
Okay.
They don't want I mean, it's just ice time to them. And we left and we're like, okay, nobody in Kansas City has ever heard of the AHL or the ECHL. They have no idea. So we can't charge anymore. Even though we're adding millions of dollars of expense.
Yeah.
Millions. We don't have a TV deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the comments they made was like, I don't care if anybody ever shows up. We're like, whoa. We do not have a TV deal.
Yeah.
We need the fans.
Right.
And I mean, our guys, they're so good about going into the community. They love to go, we've implemented a reading program. Our community development guy, I think you've met Mick before.
Yep.
Great guy. All of the folks on our team are out in the community. It's about, Kansas City is very welcoming. So we've wanted to go out and get involved, be a part of it, right?
Yeah, which is a whole other discussion that we'll also get into is like your involvement with philanthropy, your family's involvement. Like you guys are so giving, so philanthropic. So that completely makes sense that you guys would incorporate that into the whole mission.
And that was also part of it with the Mavericks was having, Lamar wanted his own separate way to, and it is kind of like, it's a great outlet for philanthropy.
Yeah.
But so back to that, we looked at, we're like, we're just going to make this the best ECHL team that could, I'd put our team up against most AHL teams.
How many what is it? ECHL. How many teams are there?
There's 30, I want to say 32 now coming in the next season.
Okay.
They keep adding and subtracting, but
okay.
we line up with the NHL. Okay. So every NHL team has an AHL, whether they own it or they are affiliated, and then they have an ECHL affiliation. Okay. So players go up and down.
So you chose Seattle.
When we spent a few years kind of rebuilding the team and our housing, our perks for the players, all the things that we offer, we wanted it to be the highest and best in the league. Yeah. And we strive for that. And there's a lot of great teams in the league, but that's just our personal goal. A lot of our players don't want to go up to the AHL because our amenities are so good.
Really?
And we take such good care of the players that they want to stay down here. I know. But so we were at a place where we had other teams competing for us to be NHL teams for us to be their affiliate. Okay. Because yes, you're the low man, but you're an important. Yeah. The bottom of the totem pole is still the bottom of it. I mean, it still keeps everybody supported. Right. So we picked Seattle because it was a new franchise. Okay. And we knew they had a bunch of draft picks. It was we interviewed, we went through with everybody, and I think we just signed another 3-year extension with them. Okay. They are so good. They have been great. They, a lot of times you're kind of overlooked, and this time of year, what happens is the upper teams, they pull all your players up for playoffs because all of our schedules run concurrently. Gotcha. They've never done that to us. They bring our coach out for their training camps. It's just a great relationship.
Does that mean that you guys are like going out there and meeting with like the executives of the Seattle?
Not as much. I do more with Coachella.
What is that?
Coachella Valley Firebirds is the AHL affiliate.
That's literally Coachella. Like
it's literally
the Coachella that we
think
of.
Yes.
That's so interesting.
Palm Desert.
So Palm Desert has a hockey team.
It does.
Amazing.
And it's amazing. Yeah. The building's great. It is so well supported. Okay. They do. Yeah. I
have to keep that in mind the next time not that I've ever been to Coachella. But.
Well, it's a cool town. Yeah. It's a really cool town. We're a little young to be out there, but one of the funny things, and this is, I know you're going to get to this, and hopefully you can edit this in to make it make sense. But we like to not joke about, but we don't let the weight of Michael's handicap keep us from having fun. If that makes any sense. And one of the things we were laughing about when we were in Coachella was we couldn't get a handicap parking space. They were all taken.
Unreal.
Because everybody's very old.
Very old.
Very old.
A little elderly.
A lot of people out there with
Interesting.
handicaps.
Yeah, those shouldn't always be competing with each other.
I know, but that was a joke because it was beautiful. But so anyways.
So, okay, with the Mavericks, like...
I'm going to get off track every time we do
I'll get off track too. That's exactly how I operate. It's like, squirrel. Which is fine. And we will have the episode be exactly that.
Yeah.
So my question is, during a time where it seems that everyone is like gouged with ticket pricing and whatever's going to happen with that, how did you guys come to the decision to make it more attractive price-wise? Because I don't know that people realize that.
Yeah.
I've always talked about it. That was made very clear to me when we came in early on to like share that with people. But like, how did you come to that decision?
We've kept the ticket pricing. We just raised it a little bit for the first time in 3 or 4 years. We don't want to underprice it, but we want to be fair.
Yeah.
And almost, you've got kids. You know what it's like. I mean, mine are older now, so the problems are different. But when they were younger, if we were going anywhere, we had to like, what is my threshold of pain, right? So what am I willing to spend that if we have to complete meltdown, if we got to leave, whatever. And so we really wanted it to be friendly for families to come. We want it for students. We want to make it possible. We've got a range of ticket pricing and options that pretty much anyone can come.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, all of sports is just stealing from other people, right? You take what works and you make it work for you.
Sure.
I'm going to keep hitting the microphone. I hope it's not.
You're fine.
But
I've done it too.
I will give sporting credit. They have done an amazing job having different levels of no matter who you are.
Okay.
You can get a ticket.
Yeah.
And everybody likes to be a big deal, right?
Sure.
And so if you want to upgrade, there's always a way to upgrade.
Yeah.
And so that's why you don't want to have too many, but we have a great price point. The arena, we do not charge for parking.
Yeah.
There is paid parking,
huge.
but the 90% of it is not.
Yeah.
Our season ticket holders can buy parking passes, things like that.
Sure.
So yes, we have free, and we have a bunch of parking. We have more than enough parking. Parking is important.
Yep.
Safe environment, like you said, it's contained. The other nice thing is, I have ADHD, as you know. I like to know how long I'm going to be somewhere.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
And so, you got about a 2-hour run there.
Yeah.
Like we said, I always tell people, bring your kids. We encourage them to scream. Hopefully they're so tired when they leave that they fall asleep in the car, because that happens 9 times out of 10.
Yep, I can speak to that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we want to make it affordable. We want to make it, we want to encourage people to come out.
But you can also do a suite.
Absolutely.
You can do that experience, what is, for people who haven't been or aren't familiar, what is the season? And how many home games are there?
36 home games.
Okay.
Basically September through July.
Okay.
Or June with playoff hockey.
Yeah, so we're going into summer right now. So we're kind of going into... What do you do during those months? What does the team do? They just keep training?
Well, they keep playing. They keep winning. Playing. They're the Mavericks.
There you go.
No, that's... they work hard. Those guys are... They don't have other jobs. This is not... they're here. We supply the housing, the training.
Awesome.
Excuse me. Our coach, Tato Had, who won Coach of the Year.
Yep, shout out to him.
He's amazing.
That's
He's
huge.
done a great job. The guys love him. We go out and have every round of the playoffs. So we're in the third round. We have a team dinner.
Okay.
And I compare it to like an Andy Reid locker room. Okay. One of the things that Andy Reid did so well for the Chiefs was bring the locker room together and get the guys all together. Like when you're there, it's almost like a Disney movie at this dinner, because the guys are all aligned. They're all, high-fiving. They're all together. There's no,
so
it's a team. Yeah. They care about each other. Why do you have fighting in hockey? Because your buddy's getting beat up. Yeah, or so. I'm kidding. I know.
No, but we should mention one of the most fun things is when the fights happen.
I know, and it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
you want the fights, but you don't want your guys to get hurt, and you don't want
But for the fans, you're like, oh my gosh, kids go crazy for that.
If you want fighting, the last series, the series we're in right now against Fort Wayne, there's been a lot of fighting.
Is that ever Are they encouraged to do that?
No, not at all.
It's literally all organic.
It's just hockey. There's no showmanship with it. Well, think about it this way. You've got extremely talented guys on blades with giant tomahawks, basically, running around on ice, ramming into each other.
Yeah.
I mean, the tempers are going to flare a little bit.
Right.
Fighting's part of hockey, right? And it's trying to balance it, but...
I did just wonder how much of it would have been showmanship. But,
well, there's no fake. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
It's pretty real. And the
so
funny
every
thing
time
is,
it happens, you're like cringing just a little bit.
Well, we don't want our guys to get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the balance. I mean,
Right.
you want them to be able to play, and there is some, there's strategy among teams where you do have guys on that team that they call maybe locker room guys.
Yeah.
But they come in and they're basically there to fight.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily employ that. But
Yeah.
you can watch when we're playing certain teams and figure out who it is.
Yeah. So with the men's and women's teams winning in the Olympics
Oh, it's amazing.
this year.
And the Paralympic teams.
Oh, and the Paralympic team.
Every
Okay.
American team took the gold.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys must have been going crazy. Just the whole culture of it.
It's great.
I feel like that's another element for people to get really engaged with hockey, wherever you are, but especially here in Kansas City.
Absolutely.
What do you see? Like, what's next for the Mavericks? I mean, what do you
Well-
hope? Are there certain other achievements that the coach or the team are looking to do, or is it just we want to keep growing the fandom and all the things?
That's a great question. I mean, what we'd really like to do is go win the Kelly Cup.
Okay.
And that's what's next.
Yeah.
We got to finish up with Fort Wayne here, and then we'll be moving on. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be in Florida because they are just the giants of our entire league. We were there 2 years ago, and I got to say that the fans, because it's down kind of outside of Naples, couldn't have been more friendly.
Oh.
We're walking through the arena, and they're like, "Welcome to Florida, but." You're not gonna, you're not gonna win. And I'm like, no, I know, but we'll be back.
You're like, we're the Midwest nice people. What do you guys do?
No, it was great. So that's all we're focused on right now.
Okay.
We want to continue building just the best entertainment product for families and for fans and for people to come out. And you know, it's been amazing. I mean, we've had more sellouts than ever. I mean, we're breaking records on every single thing involving this team.
That's incredible.
And it's
Congrats.
but it's because of people like you. Thank you. I mean, you came out, you've talked about it. And you know what I love that hockey is kind of having its own little moment with the boy aquarium thing.
Wait, what's the boy aquarium?
You haven't seen the boy aquarium?
No.
Oh, you didn't do enough research. Influencers going to hockey games, female influencers.
Is this a TikTok thing I missed?
I don't know.
Okay, tell me more.
But they call it the boy aquarium.
Okay.
And they do videos where they're,
Okay.
hey, it's, they say feeding time at the boy aquarium, and they knock the hockey pucks off onto the thing. And
okay.
so we've had an influx of younger women with cameras. And
well,
their
now
friends.
I'm going to go look it up.
You have to look it up. It's great. Well, the first time I saw it, it was on, I don't want to say Instagram, and it was a reel, and it was actually involving our team.
Oh, no way.
It was involving the Mavericks. And so then I'm like, what is this? And I asked Sarah about it, and she's like, oh, yeah, it's this, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, that's amazing.
Okay.
Like, I'm not a fan of
I feel like I want to pull it up right now and be like, we got to go look it up.
I mean, you get to edit it, but it's, it's shine kind of a new light with a different demographic.
Yep.
But no matter what, whether you're young, single,
Yeah.
married, old, whatever, we got something for everybody.
everybody.
And that's what we want to, provide is a great value, a lot of fun, and people that want to come back.
Yeah.
And I think we're pretty close to that right now. And there's only room. I mean, we want to improve, but we're really happy that.
But you guys have done incredible work. I mean, over the last couple of years of
Nope.
working with you guys, like it's just been amazing.
And again, all we ever wanted to see happen was our rightful place in Kansas City sports.
Yeah.
When people are like, when are we going to get a hockey team? It's like, we've had a hockey team, and it's great.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. So I was going to say the boy aquarium. Maybe the girls just really like the boys with no teeth, right? Just all the teeth knocked out.
Well, I mean, they have stuff. They put like, I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
These are, well, and what's funny is people think of hockey players as like these bruisers, and no, most of them are Ivy League guys.
That's so interesting.
They're
like, they
really intelligent.
They're
really they're really well mannered. They're really
disciplined.
And they love to go into the community. Like I said, we have with all of our community activity, they do things.
Yeah.
But more often than not, they'll go back without us knowing. And we found that out from a whole bunch of different places. Like they just love to be a part of Kansas City. Yeah, it's fun. Some of them have never been to barbecue before. And so being able to take them out to different restaurants. And
how have they never been to barbecue before?
Well, they live in Canada or they live in Russia or they've not been, there's a lot of, we have a lot of international
that
players.
was going to be my question.
Yeah.
You have a few. Okay, that's good to know. And then they come, so they get recruited from kind of anywhere.
Yep.
So, okay.
So our coach recruits half, and then the other half are affiliated players that come from either Coachella or from The Kraken.
The Kraken. Okay, love it.
Yeah.
Okay. I know my other question was, what other things are they doing in the community that we would want to shout out? Anything else worthy of mentioning?
Wow. I mean,
the reading?
There's so many different things. We pick a different community partner or a series of community partners every year.
Okay. So it rotates.
And we give them the whole month. We want it to be meaningful.
Yeah.
And so what we do throughout that month is we raise money for that charity. We typically will have a specialty jersey. When we auction those off, we give them the proceeds. You know, we don't want to just do charity for credit. We want to actually, we changed our Chuck-a-Puck because the way that was working out was it was for the charity and they weren't getting any money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were coming out and working, and we're like, we want to make sure that they're actually getting some benefit from this, right? And so we completely reworked everything, and now each one has their own month, and Variety KC is one of them, the Golden Scoop is one of them, Special Olympics Kansas, which is all these great groups, and what we love is they bring their people out,
right?
And that's what we want. We want everyone to be able to come.
You had the opportunity to keep introducing the Mavs experience to more people, more organizations. Love it. Okay, good. Anything else on the Mavs that you want to mention that we haven't talked about?
No, I mean, one nice segue to how you get over to Michael's WonderWorld and all that is, we have the Kids Day game at the Mavericks. And everyone in our league has this game. It's and it qualifies as a field trip because we actually have educational materials, and we bring people out and they do science experiments, and then like the news comes out, Channel 5 will come out and do meteorology. It's a lot of fun, but it's basically you get to go to a hockey game, right? It is the greatest field trip ever. And it kept growing. We kept pushing to try to make it more inclusive. Okay, we did a deal where some schools they had I'm Catholic, we've talked about this. Not just what works for me, right? It's hard to tell people you're Catholic these days. We
are equal opportunity here on the podcast.
Hey,
we talk about all.
I know. Listen, I'm one of those guys. This is what works for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up Catholic as well.
I know. I do not expect anyone. No, I'm not pushing anybody anything. It's just this is what works for me. Yeah. And so our schools in the Catholic diocese have sister parishes. Yeah. And so we did a deal where we were giving tickets for every ticket. My kids went to a school over here. I don't want to say the name. Sure. And their sister parish, every ticket they bought, we'd give a free one. Okay. And it was really successful. Yep. And it was great because you had kids coming together from different backgrounds, and we had eliminated any of the socioeconomic issues, right? We made it so that our sponsors paid for the food, we paid for the tickets, we had, everybody got to come in. It's amazing. And just have fun, right? And so it kept growing, and then we wanted to expand from there into, my son Michael, he's 11. Yes. Very rare genetic condition, in a wheelchair, can't really talk.
He's one of 12. Is that what I heard you say?
And I don't know how it works anymore because people have come and gone. But at one point, when we got the diagnosis, there were 12 in America. It's very rare, and it's often misdiagnosed. And
okay, so if I can ask, did you find out when he was in the womb, after he was born?
A year after he was born.
Year after he was born.
It was a year. So he was. Do you want me to go there now? Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to talk about the Mavericks and the other thing we were doing? Okay.
We can do either way.
Okay. So yes, we have a son with disability. Michael was 7 weeks early. He spent 5 days He spent 5 months. Let me start over. Michael was 7 weeks early and spent 5 weeks in the NICU. Okay. Which was an absolute just hell for our family. Right. Because we have 3 other kids. One of us is at the hospital the whole time. So we're, Sarah and I are just ships passing in the night. She would come home, get the kids. I would go to the hospital and vice versa. He came out, and it was, he was born in September, so right around Christmas. He spent his first Christmas in the hospital, his first New Year's in the hospital, in and out.
So many parents could relate to you guys going
unfortunately.
And what put him in the NICU from day one? Was it just how early?
He was so early.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just so early. Yeah. And, the people there, though, were so just amazing. And we're still friends with them, and we still do things with them every year. But so about a year into it, the doctor was like, this is more, because with the preemie lungs and being that he was having issues, respiratory things like that they kept trying to treat it, and they said, no, this is more. So we were headed down to my wife Sarah was headed to Children's Mercy from the doctor's office out here, and I called my physician because I was heading down there to meet them, and he happened to know of a geneticist that was in Kansas City working at Children's Mercy doing research. And so he called, his name's Jean Baptiste Lepachon.
Wow.
JB.
Very
from
French.
Here on out. I know, very French. Yeah. And JB met Sarah in the ER. They started all the process of testing. He stayed there for 3 days while they were just running all these tests, and it was horrible. Yeah. We were everything from little tiny caskets to possibly autism. There's just such a wide range. Wow. And because
was it just so maybe unknown?
He was too young to be able to say, there's a reason it was misdiagnosed so frequently. Yeah. Because it does have similar traits to other conditions and everything else. But
and he was diagnosed with what?
Okay, you can't ask me that because I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I'm kidding. It's a microdeletion of chromosome 15 QX blah. It doesn't even have a name.
It's something that I would definitely not know of.
Nobody knows of it, right?
Okay.
So we go back a few weeks later, and he, JB walks in and he says, "Okay, he'll never walk, talk, or see." We're like, "What?" We're just. This is not a conversation. There's nothing to prepare you for that, right? And that's important later, but. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And he said, he's one of 12 in America. I discovered the first case in America, and I wrote my doctoral thesis on it. And I went, huh. Yeah, this is awful, but huh.
Whoa.
What are the odds that we get the one guy?
Casey. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he has continued to work with Michael. He's used, we've used what Michael has and all of our gifts to try to provide better solutions for other families. That's always been what we've wanted, by providing what we can for Michael. Yeah. Okay. What the 11 years of Michael being alive and with us has shown us is just how hard it is, but it's also shown us how amazing it is. Right. Yeah. I put him to bed last night, and
he's so cute too.
He's so happy.
Just saw him last week at Aristocrat. Yeah.
He is just happy.
Yeah.
Michael's just happy. Michael's not worried about politics. Michael's not worried about anything. Michael's either happy or unhappy, and 9 times out of 10 he's happy. Yeah. And so even last night, I tell everybody, so if you get a chance to get a Michael hug, then take a Michael hug. And last night I was putting him to bed, and we had to put a onesie on him because he likes to take his clothes off and throw them and all this other stuff. But pick him up and get a hug. And no matter what you're going through,
nothing better.
Yeah, he's pure joy.
Yeah,
he's pure joy. And this is from. He has to eat with a tube. Mm-hmm. He has not had an easy life. Yeah, but he's just happy. And so the experience
with siblings that adore him.
You know what?
Obviously, parents that adore him.
You see the siblings that adore, right? Mm-hmm. And they do. And my kids are amazing. My kids are so much better for having a sibling like Michael in their life. Yeah. But there's two sides to that. Yeah. There's the missed birthdays. There's the Christmases. There was, for all the good, there was just as much pain for them. Yeah. And at one point, my son James, who you've met, who's just he's my little best buddy. He's not my little. He's
James
16.
2.0.
He's definitely he's new and improved from me, but at one point he was like, I feel bad for saying this, but I wish he could have a sleepover with me. Because we have 2 girls and 2 boys, and the girls could have sleep. And, and it's like, God, I didn't think of that. You know? Yeah. And yet they were forced to kind of grow up in a way that that you weren't expecting, and you couldn't have prepared them for.
How did you guys all, those early years? What did that look like for all of you?
We absolutely struggled. We had no idea what to do because there's no manual.
Yeah.
You don't get a manual. What you have Kansas City, I can only speak for Kansas City, but is full of some of the most caring, wonderful, compassionate, there's not enough adjectives, people in the world who are just amazing, right? And they're trying to help you, but even at
but they're learning with you.
Everyone is doing, it's like they're all trying to figure out, there's no one central source. There's no one place you go. There's no, there's no one answer. Yeah. Okay. And so we started navigating that system, and found out just how difficult it really is. And one thing we did find out is that it doesn't matter there's no good economic position to be in
Yeah.
with a family member like this, because no matter what, it's all bad.
Yeah. Like insurance is probably covering nothing.
Insurance denied
You have to buy equipment. You have to buy.
They denied his feeding tube. They said he was choosing not to eat.
Wow.
I know.
I mean, that just leaves me speechless.
I know.
Everybody's
and the worst
freaking
part
hates
about that
insurance
was
companies,
we were.
Wow.
We were at the hospital because every winter he would get RSV, and with his premature lungs, like he would inevitably end up there. And so we just waited for it to happen, and it'd be there for a couple weeks. And then the last time he was there, they were feeding him with a nasal tube, and that was the last time he fed orally, which it turned out to be a blessing because he. Anyways, I won't get off on the side of that, but they wouldn't let us. We couldn't leave until they officially denied it. So like we're sitting there going, "Wow, like this is all so broken." Like the number of times I came home to my wife crying.
Yeah.
The number of times that we were up all night trying to figure things out. The times that we were, like, how do we, calling on friends in the insurance industry to be like, what should we say to help us out here? And
we have a good friend in Chicago who is going through ALS, and he's had it for a year, and that's the worst part. Insurance of their whole experience.
Well, and it's not, I mean, and one of the things we're finding now that we're putting this whole thing together is that there's a lot of resources out there that aren't getting utilized because there are so many barriers to get to it. I mean, between the government and all these different organizations and the insurance companies, and like there's such a lack of efficiency.
Yeah. So I'm assuming, like, at some point with Michael, maybe it was right away, but obviously we're going to get to, Michael's WonderWorld. But, like, at what point did you start going, we've got to do more with this? We've got to make more of a difference. We should start doing more for understanding, helping other families, or, like, what did that look like? I
mean, we had always been involved. I mean, we were at at a charity event. We were at Treads and Threads when she went into labor 7 weeks early. Yeah. I mean, that was another blessing of Michael. He taught us to slow down.
Yeah.
Because we were constantly running, doing different things. So we were involved in a lot of different things, and on different boards where we were getting the opportunity to give back, to be a part of that. Yeah. But we didn't have the firsthand knowledge, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, to be honest, the first 6-7 years, we were just trying to survive.
Yeah.
We were just trying to survive. We didn't have, and then, it's funny because Michael was born while we were negotiating the purchase of the Mavericks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was a weird
add
time.
That to the list of things.
List of things that were, and so, he kind of grew up alongside of that, and there's some cool stuff that, just so much. There's so many things in the world that are cool that if you'll miss them if you get too bogged down. Like we were talking about the noise, the busyness. Yeah. Like I think that's what keeps us from being able to see what we need to see.
What's important. Correct. What matters the most.
And those little nuggets to slow you down are what you look at and go, wow, that's pretty cool. But
I don't know if you happen to know Matt and Chrissy Stewart. Matt is on Fox News. He's a local anchor, but they're both battling cancer. Oof. I had them in here a few weeks ago, and their story is incredible because they have 3 kids. They both within a span of a couple of years were diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. They're both still battling it. But we had the same conversation about, one, how lucky they are to have someone in their corner, just like you have Sarah and you have your family, an extended family. And then 2, just really being forced to prioritize what matters in life, because we all just, we're not all going to be pushed in that direction to be like, does this really matter? But to take conversations like this and to go, does this really matter? No, focus on what's important. You have one life to live. So, yeah.
What is it I have to be doing?
Yeah.
What's the best use of my time?
Yeah.
But getting back to, so while evaluating everything for hockey, we went to local experts and the folks in the industry, the youth hockey, all the different areas, and said what needs to happen to make this successful.
Yeah.
And so part of that was growing the sport.
Yep.
And we had a robust youth hockey community, but it wasn't very organized. And so we put together with a bunch of other people, but the nonprofit, the Kansas City Youth Hockey Association, which has brought, it has helped so much. I mean, there's some parents that didn't like it, but those are also the parents that were paying themselves $5,000 to buy T-shirts. There were some interesting things we uncovered while going through that.
Yeah, I bet.
But what it did, it brought a level of professionalism, and it allowed for bills to get paid, for scheduling to happen, more uniformity, things like that.
Yeah.
But while we were doing that, one thing that was abundantly clear is we needed more ice.
Mm-hmm.
We need more sheets. They're called sheets of ice. And so we'd been working towards that for many, many years. And while we were, gosh, it was like 10 minutes before COVID hit. I know I'm joking, but like we were all set.
This is what everything feels like, right?
I know. We bought another team that we were bringing down here. It was the NAHL team from Topeka.
Okay.
We were working on building a facility out in Olathe. All this stuff was lined up, and boy, we made the right decision. We sat down, and Lamar and I were sitting in my office, and I'm like, I don't know. I got some bad. He ultimately was like, no, I think we need to hit pause.
Okay.
And thank God that we did, because Johnson County locked down.
Yes.
Completely locked down.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't even put that hockey. We had to move it down to Texas because we couldn't play here.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm really glad that we hit pause, because it not only gave us time to see what was, things had evolved. Let's just say things evolved post-COVID. You have different experiences in arena. You have different expectations. Things evolved with Michael. Things evolved with our family. We were just in a different place.
Yeah.
And so while we were working to acquire some land out in Olathe when we hit start again, the parcel we wanted, which is 119th and Renner, 64 acres, it became available.
Okay.
Not easily available, but it became available. We were looking at another site where we were assembling all this land, and it was getting really complicated and kind of overwhelming. But so we're looking at the 64.
We should mention you have a real estate background, right? So
Yeah,
you're very knowledgeable in this space.
No, that's what we have a number of companies, and one of them is commercial development, and so we do things like this. And so that's what I enjoy. I like building things. I like it's like being a kid and getting to go plan it out and puzzles and put the pieces together. But so we were trying to assemble that over there. Other land comes available. We managed to get that locked down, and I looked at Lamar and I said, what the heck are we going to do with 64 acres? We were planning on like 28, 29 at the most.
Yeah.
And he's a visionary with a lot of things, and he's a lot like his dad.
Yeah.
He is exactly like his dad, which is creative, willing to take chances. Like let's measure, but let's make sure we're, let's not miss the opportunity, right?
Right.
So we had gone down a few spring breaks before. I remember my wife came to me and said, we're going to San Antonio for spring break. And I said, okay, why?
The Alamo, of course.
Of course. Well, we went to the Alamo, but she said there's this park down there called Morgan's Wonderland, and it is the first in the world and only ultra accessible is the term
ultra
he
accessible.
uses.
Yeah.
And he trademarked it, so we got to be careful with that.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. He's an amazing man. The guy that started, his name's Gordon Hartman. We became really good friends. He's amazing.
His daughter is Morgan.
His daughter's Morgan, and she's an adult.
Okay.
And so he was a real estate developer.
Yeah.
And he also owned a minor league soccer team.
You're like, we can speak the same
I know.
language.
Oh no, we got on our first Teams call, and by like 10 minutes in, I said something about like, I think our ADHD is going to line up. And he goes, and he said, I'll bet we're on the same meds. And I just laughed. I knew we were going to be good friends. But so we'd been there a few times. Lamar, as a family, we travel a lot for sports together. We're always together. It's a lot. But
you and Lamar?
No, well, I mean our families.
Oh, I was like what? Okay, tell me more. Traveling with your father-in-law.
Yeah, no, I spend I do travel quite a bit with him, but my wife goes on a lot of these things too. Like they are the most amazing sports family you've ever met in your life. They all know more about sports.
I want to talk about that too. We'll get to that stuff. Yeah.
So anyways, he said, well, why don't we try to build a Morgan's Wonderland? And I said, okay. At this point I'm thinking, what could be more foolish than buying a minor league hockey team? Building a theme park. You know what I mean? And
I was reading about this, by the way. I don't know if you like Nate Bargatze, the comedian.
I love him.
Everybody freaking loves him. Did you hear he's building an amusement park?
Well, I hear he wants to build it.
He wants to build it. He's like, I'm not even sure if I'll be alive when it's done. And he said something similar where he's like, what's crazier than trying to build an amusement park?
Yeah, that was an odd move for him. Like, I think he's doing pretty well where he's at.
I think he is too, but yeah.
Hey.
He's a dreamer, I guess.
No, good for him. I'd go. I think he's
totally
funny. But anyway, so that... but if you're going to build an amusement park, have the right tools. And we had the right tools. So Gordon Hartman gave us 15 years of experience. We started working with him and told us what was right to do, what was wrong to do, connect us with the right, everything. He gave us everything. Just open the playbook
He had the blueprint,
Yeah, absolutely. Everything he had done wrong, everything he had done right. And so from there, we're like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then it started snowballing into, well, if we're going to do the second the second theme park for ultra accessibility, what else can we do? And so from there, we kept working with him, Nobody had done an arena.
Yeah.
So now we're doing the first arena. We are doing the first major flag hotel. So, you know, what you have at Halo Ridge, what was born out of all of this, like, just mishmash of things coming together has turned into this beautiful, like, coming together of city, county, state, nonprofit, for-profit. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
Everybody's bringing something together, but we're going to I mean, this will be the only place like this in the world.
Yep. But the stadium, the Mavs today has the sensory room.
Well, we put that in, and that was what I started to tell you about with the Kids Day game.
Okay.
So that was where we kind of first dipped our toe, if you will, and we had done a great job of expanding it to different, different schools.
Yep.
But we wanted to be as inclusive as possible.
Yeah.
And so that's where we went next, and we built the sensory space, and to debut it, we used the Kids Day game.
Yeah.
And so my son Michael, we gave all the tickets for free to all of their classrooms, all of them, in all the school districts that wanted them, and it went from, like, I want to say we had 60 the first game, and then the next year we had 100 and some, and then last year we had to start taking seats out of suites.
Oh my gosh!
Because we had such a great response.
Like word had spread.
So when we were building the sensory space, we used our experience. Like, a lot of times you have people that are well-meaning and educated, but they don't have the personal experience to know that, like, I don't need a bag of crap.
Yeah.
No offense, but, like, I don't need headphones. If I'm coming to you and I need headphones at your event, I'm bringing my headphones.
Yeah. Right.
So what we built in the sensory space was a very comfortable space. We put phone chargers, we put bottles of water, we put hand sanitizer, we put snacks, we put comfortable chairs, I let my kids be part. I've always
things that might be more easy to forget.
Well,
or
right.
get lost.
Like if you have to make a quick break with your family member, you don't always take your charger. Well, if Sarah's phone is dead, we can't reach each other.
Yeah.
So having that, we wanted to provide stuff you wouldn't normally think was there.
Yeah.
And the number of parents who just had an amazing reaction to it, like they were crying, because most folks don't understand how difficult it is to go and do things with a family member who has disabilities.
Yeah.
There's a lot more you have to take into account. And so using that experience is how we got to the sensory space, which has grown into where we are now.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do with this project it's like Gordon Hartman made it very clear. This is not a theme park for people with disabilities. It's for everybody.
For everybody.
All it does is remove any barriers for people who might have disabilities.
Right.
That's it. It's still, if your kids have no disabilities, you're going to come and have a great time.
Yep.
The rides are awesome. The rides are, like, the only way you know that they are accessible is if you need that.
So your family's been to Worlds of Fun. Can Michael ride anything there?
My wife's grandfather built Worlds of Fun.
Really?
Yeah. Lamar Sr. built Worlds of Fun. So that's where when Lamar was like...
Funny, I want someone to come on and talk about, like, the history of Worlds of Fun. So we'll talk about that.
My wife might be the one to do it.
Okay.
There actually used to be a place there called Sarah's Sweet Shop. Her family sold it in the 90s. Yeah.
Okay.
Lamar Sr. loved games. That was his nickname, was Games.
I love it.
So anyways, that was why when I said, well, there's a little bit of a history here, and that's when Lamar did that with I think we know a little bit about it. And so there's the history there. No, there's no rides. Michael ride.
Nothing he could do there.
There's nothing.
Okay.
And Disney has ADA, but it's not. I mean, a lot of them. So ADA is just the bare minimum.
Okay.
Okay. So, we'll go to Disney, and we get to go up the side and get around everybody. I call Michael my little fast pass.
Yeah.
But then we have to take him out of his wheelchair.
Okay.
Hold on to him for dear life and hope he doesn't rocket off into the Mandalorian ride and then get back. So it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's a lack of dignity.
Why do you think that hasn't come farther?
It is. It's slowly evolving, but I think that the lack of change is because of the lack of voice.
Okay.
Because the number of people that just don't go. Like families just don't go.
Yeah.
They can't go. They can't
just
make
removed
it
from their list of
there's
things
not
they're gonna do
there's
in
not
life.
enough demand for them
Yeah.
to be forced to make a change.
Okay.
Like one of the best things I ever heard is the pain of the problem greater than the pain of the solution. Right? Mm-hmm. It's expensive.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I do understand it, but it's like it's become kind of a movement.
Yeah.
So one of the things we want to kind of help raise the voice is like if you're going to be a part of the movement, you got to participate.
Yeah.
You got to actually do the work. And so, at our park, at our whole complex, what we're building is a city within a city.
Yeah.
That is going to have, the theme park. It's going to have the major flag hotel that is total accessibility. I think is what I don't know. It's
yes.
Listen, when we travel,
very accessible.
What you need to travel is very difficult to take. Like Michael's on a feeding bag. His food comes in pouches, right? And so like when we go out of town, it's heavy. You can't fly with it,
and you can't just go find that.
No, you can't buy it at the store. And you need a pole and all these things.
Yeah.
Those are what prohibit you from traveling. And
so the ETA is what? When will this city within a city?
Well,
do we think it might?
All right, we're doing our ADHD. We're bouncing around.
I'll play off of you.
Another component of what they have down in San Antonio is called the Multi-Assistance Center. Okay. And that's 160,000 square feet of every imaginable service for adults and children with disabilities.
Yes.
Gordon built this. There's nothing else like it in the world. And so that is the most important piece. And so when we started on the corner there with the 64 acres, and the opposite corner was this empty building.
Yeah.
And it almost looked like the Multi-Assistance Center. And so we worked with the family that owns it. They own the whole complex, and we rented it for 20 years.
Okay.
And we are building our own version of the Multi-Assistance Center.
Okay.
So we will have the arena, the theme park, the hotel, and this multi-assistant is called the Halo Care Collective.
Yep.
And then all the retailers that we're bringing in, we didn't even have to tell them. They've asked to be a part of what we're doing. They've asked to be a part of making their restaurants more accessible for people. How can they hire out of it? Things like that. Like one of the things that Gordon does is 30% of his employees are hired out of folks with disabilities. They find
I love that.
They train that. And so we will have job training over at the HCC. The reason I'm telling you about this one now is because it will be open January 1, 2027.
Oh, amazing.
It debuts, right, because it is an existing building.
And this is what I went to the, like a preview for it. You guys did like a groundbreaking, and then I went to the building. And I just have to say that I ran into two guys on the way out who came in from New York. And I can't remember what they're doing, but they were beyond psyched to be a part of this.
So that's, one of the, for the timeline, and in our opinion, the HCC is the most important part.
Yeah.
Within that building, what we're going to have is one of the things that we kind of hit on this a little bit, but getting services, navigating all these different things. When you have a family member, there's no manual, there's no website, there's no one central source, right? We are trying to remove the barriers to getting care. Okay, 25% of the population and it's growing, have some sort of a disability.
25%.
And so look at my family. There's 6 of us. And so if that one who's part of the 25%, and then it impacts the other 5.
Yeah.
So from a consumer standpoint, if you think about it, if you're able to allow one more person to come, you get the 5 of us. I look at it that way.
There you go.
But also
multiplier.
you want to be able to have everything available. So within that building, the care that you need that is not easy to get, the optometry, dentistry, we have a pharmacy, we have hair and nails. People think that's, well, why do you need that? Well, I cut Michael's hair, and trust me, I'm not good at it. But he can't sit still.
And if he's wiggly.
You can't go to a standard optometrist. You can't go to, they aren't equipped. He has to go under.
Are those people around KC and now they'll just be consolidated ideally?
Well,
or potentially?
Somewhat. Okay. There are a lot of great people doing great work, but what we also found is they're all doing it individually and in their own little one of them.
You'd be like going to every corner of the city.
So we are bringing everyone together in this building. We have over 18 clinical partners, and the number's growing, and over 60 community partners.
Okay.
What you do is you come in, everything's filled out online, it's navigated care, there's no additional cost to the individual. We use insurance, we use all these, we're working with the insurance companies. I told the insurance company that...
You're like, believe me, I will try to make this as easy as possible.
I told the insurance company that denied his feeding tube what they did.
Yeah.
And then I asked him for a lot of money.
So as you should.
I know, I 100%. But within the building... we're going to have all these different organizations that it's every possible service you could need to help these families, okay?
Yes.
And unfortunately...
you could literally just go floor to floor.
And you will be taken floor to floor with the people.
Yeah.
And on the job training, that's another thing. You're going to have what we call the Halo Helpers. And
love it.
There's an opportunity for job training there. But we're doing job training. We are also doing... these are things a little different from what they do in San Antonio. We're focused on mental health. We're going to have a big focus on mental health because alone it's a huge problem.
Yeah.
I have an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 14-year-old. They are facing things that I never faced as a kid. They are facing things that are like, it's.
And it should just be a given that anyone of any age can have access to that.
They should. They should. And here's basically what we found is within all these different things, there's so many great groups, but the lack of centralization, as well as there's no efficiency.
Yeah.
You have all these nonprofits. They're all out raising money against the same crowd they're going after. It's like
decentralized.
Correct.
Disconnected.
Correct. They're all they're like nomadic clans roaming the desert, and they're all doing great things, but you can't find them, and they're all like.
Right.
And so what we have done within this building, and this is part of our philanthropy for many years, is we've always said like, we need to figure out a way to get these folks working together. And so like with our job training, they all wanted to be the one.
Yep.
They couldn't be.
Yeah.
We have 5 different organizations working together for job training.
Wow.
And they all do stuff really well, and together they're going to do great things, right? And so by bringing all these groups together into the building, not only are we going to provide better outcomes, we're going to have collaboration.
Yeah.
We're going to have innovation. Having all like KU, the guys you're talking about from Illumicare, they're amazing. Benny Wolfson.
How'd they find
Benny
you
and
guys?
Yanni. They own a company called Illumicare, and it is
I think they have multiple.
autism treatment center.
Yeah.
They have therapies, and so they have a clinic in Lawrence, and they have them different areas.
Oh, Lawrence.
And so their clinical director found us, and then they flew in. And we were talking about faith before this, right?
Yeah.
These guys get out of the car, and they're Orthodox Jewish.
Yep.
They're like, we were talking for 2 hours. I left my phone in the car. Everybody thought I was dead. Because I'm never that hard to reach.
Yeah.
It was actually the day we closed on the land across the street.
Oh my gosh,
I was supposed to be downtown. Nobody could find me. But we were having so much fun talking about like our different faiths and what we want to do. And like,
I love that.
And it's not about like, that's the cool thing. It's what Halo cares about is bringing what you have together, working together.
Yeah.
Humility, community, trying to help each other because everybody has something to offer.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, you have something to offer. What we're trying to do with this building and with the whole complex is give you a spot to come provide it, be a part of it.
To feel welcome.
100%.
To feel seen and heard, the world that we live in today.
And to give back. People want to give back. There are so many charitable people. I think that one of the things we've looked at is the world of philanthropy is fairly broken. And that's probably going to be, kind of something people want to argue with.
And what do you mean by that?
Because you have a model where they're I call it chasing whales, right? The casinos are always chasing the whales and whatnot. You have so many charities going after the same people, right? And that's great. Those people give a lot of money, but they can't do it in perpetuity. And so you have this whole like mushy middle of 80% that could be doing more, but they just assume everybody else is doing it, right? They aren't given the opportunity. And so one of the things that we're doing with the philanthropy model for this is within our entire complex, with the arena and the theme park and then the lake and the trails all around it, we're going to have some awesome digital signage as well as wayfinding. And not only will we be celebrating all of our partnerships and our sponsors, but we are going to dedicate minimally 30% to, hey, have you ever heard of the Golden Scoop?
Yeah.
And QR codes.
Perfect.
QR codes are amazing for old people like me.
It's funny how QR codes have had this like wave, like they came back during COVID, and then it's like, no, they're actually really easy.
They're amazing. You can do anything with it. And that's what we want. And so part of our promise to the folks that we're working with on the charity side is we're going to promote you over here, and then like with Golden Scoop, we're going to have their ice cream in our arena and in the theme parks and stuff like that. We want this to be an opportunity, and when everybody wins, things work out pretty good.
Right.
And so one of the things we're just unbelievably lucky to have in this project are great partners.
Yeah.
Great partners. The city, the county, the state.
So you're also working with
partners.
like children's
University of Kansas
KU,
Health System, children's, I can't, there's just Kids TLC, Variety KC, like all of them.
There's so many of them.
I've said like, just, why don't you name someone? And if we're not working with them, I'll tell you.
Yeah. So, okay. It kind of reminds me of like, hopefully this is a good comparison, but like the KC Current were the first in the world to build the stadium dedicated to women. This is going to be the second amusement park or city within a city in the world. Is that right? Or in the US?
Yeah, this is the only one.
So like that is going to be such kind of like history making, legacy making. People will find you guys and come to Kansas City for another reason, that because of the population around the world.
There will be a lot of medical tourism. There will be a lot of people coming. Well, and also this isn't just built for, these are very complicated projects.
Yeah.
Because the problem with most, and a few people around here who have built them have found out the hard way, but Monday through Thursday, they're empty. Yeah. Thursday through Sunday, they're, you've got to be able to keep it full all the time.
Yeah.
And so with the sports that we're bringing for the arena, we have hockey, cheer, gymnastics, dance, underserved sports that are very popular, that are very expensive, that have unbelievable needs, and they're not being met, right?
And if you are not a parent and you don't know the demand of these sports,
then lucky you.
And you become a parent someday, you will learn.
Yes, and you will thank
the world
me.
Of cheer and everything else. We're not even in that one, but
no, I have built this basically for families like ours.
Yeah,
because we do, my kids do
Brilliant.
sports, they travel.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it as comfortable as possible for everybody, but also the sports we picked, they all have a counterpart with all abilities, right?
Yeah.
So cheer has cheer ability, where they're not separating the people, they're bringing all abilities together.
Okay.
And same thing with hockey. So USA Hockey, we mentioned that the USA Hockey controls all hockey in America.
Yeah.
All of it. If you don't have a hockey number, you can't play.
Okay.
That's it. So we were just down in Dallas for the the U.S. National Sled Hockey Championships.
Okay.
And they had the Paralympic men's gold sled hockey team. They won the gold, right?
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I bet.
It was unbelievable. So they've already promised us 30 days of sled hockey, blind hockey, on top of all the other things. So what we're going to have over there are 1 million unique visitors a year coming and going from all over the country.
That's huge.
That are in for these, not for the disability piece, but for the convenience of the youth sports, right? We've got people begging to book this thing because they've seen the plans. They know that we've designed it intentionally for families, for these events, for hockey, for the different things, as well as the amenities around it. We wanted it to be walkable. We wanted to encourage people to be outside. Yeah. So we check all those boxes, and because of that, we're going to be bringing this whole, I don't even know how to describe it, but this cornucopia of. That's a horrible
Such a good
word.
word.
I know, but it doesn't matter. I think of like third grade when we're talking about Thanksgiving. I know, that's exactly like I just called it the cornucopia. But we're bringing this wide collection. Smorgasbord. I used that last night. I had to explain to my kids what smorgasbord was, but we're bringing people from all over the world with different needs and different desires and different, and they're going to get to interact together, and that's what we want.
How big is the arena?
7,000 seats.
Okay.
It's going to be similar to the one the Mavericks are in right now.
Yep.
It's designed intentionally for, it's kind of a Swiss Army knife. You can have a graduation one day and later that night have a hockey game. You can have different things going on at once.
Concerts, maybe?
Of course, concerts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that you want to be using that arena?
No, it's already booked.
It's already booked. Okay. So don't ask.
No, I'm kidding. We have the partners. The cool thing about how this has all come together is the partnerships that are involved, the folks involved. They're all contributing and everybody's winning, right? And so the group we're working with for the concerts, they're very excited. We're designing it around what they want.
I love it.
And the demographic out there is, it's all families, right? And that's what...
We go to home field all the time for our daughter's volleyball. Home field is right...
Oh, the one over by us, because there's the one at KCK too.
Yeah. Well, we went to that one too. Yeah. That one's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
okay, then you'll have the amusement park, which will have 20 rides.
We got to be careful with that. It's there will be a whole lot of rides.
Okay.
We were talking that through on a call the other day, and it's like, well, it's not exactly like some of those are going to be things like flight simulators.
Got it.
4D theater. Those are still rides.
Maybe an experience versus like a ride.
Yeah, there will be. It's basically a 3-hour tour is what I keep calling it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a parent, you understand what a 3-hour tour looks like. If you're traveling, Disney's a day.
Yes.
My wife is militant about Disney. They're up at 4 a.m. They're doing the thing, and they're
She's
going
a trooper.
I know. But this is more of a, hey, you're in town for something else. Go do this for a couple hours. Hey, there's other things around us. Go do that for a couple hours. Yeah. Right? It's not an all-day event, but
that's
it's
like
fun.
the perfect window
it's the perfect
to not
size.
feel exhausted.
Right.
Yeah.
And then right in the center of it, it features this just big park. It's just an outdoor park, right? That you can go play. Like whenever we're down at Morgan's, my kids have a great time because the park is designed around.
And just anyone can enter.
Yeah, of course.
It's just completely open to the public. And then a hotel. And then
we're going to have the first major flag hotel. And why do we use, why is it so important? Because families that travel for sports, they travel on points.
Yeah.
Another thing is that since this is so unique, we wanted to add credibility. And having a major flag adds credibility. And so we've been working with the big three.
Yeah, I was going to say TBD on who that's going to be.
We have a commitment out of one. The Marriott group has agreed to do what we've asked them to do.
We're Marriott people. Not that we need points to stay here, but
I know.
I'll go that route.
I'm all about Marriott. Me too. But the whole idea of if we can make it work for them financially, which we've designed it so that it makes sense. They'll do it elsewhere.
Okay.
And that's all we want. We're calling it open source code. We want it to be given away. We want people to come from other markets and steal what we're doing because we're stealing what other people are doing.
Right.
And just, like the multi-assistant center.
Yeah.
We're doing the HCC, but we're taking the core values from there.
Right.
Right. And it's just about bringing the resources together to help these folks, children, adults, you name it. We're going to have them all in there because it's better for society.
Yeah.
Like people don't seem to get the snowball rolling down the hill of good versus bad. If you've got a single mom, because I don't know if I already said this, but 80% of families like ours end up divorced.
You didn't say that.
It's really hard and it keeps climbing. So a lot of times you got a single parent, right? Yeah. It's horrible. You got other kids. Nobody's getting what they need because mom's trying to keep it together.
Right.
Kids are trying to so what do?
Yeah.
You can't get everybody the care they need. So with what we're doing, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
The hair and nail salon, which you mentioned. Guess what? Not only does Michael need someone to cut his hair, but you got someone who's working 2 jobs to try to support the family while they know their loved one is safely getting the therapies and cares that they need.
That is huge.
They can go get their hair and nails done.
Yeah.
We want it to be welcoming for siblings. Ours is focused on the family, okay? That's why the mental health is so important.
Yep.
Because we want this.
I feel like I should just say thank you for doing that on behalf of everybody.
Well, no, and I would say you're welcome. But can we bring anybody that wants to be a part of it? Come be a part of it.
Well, I was going to say, what can we, anyone who's listening, watching, what do you guys need? What do we need to do to support? What do we need to do to help? How do we get the word out? All the things.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Can we donate?
Donating is great. We do want to be an outlet for people who want to get involved in charity, but don't necessarily want to write, we want people to be able to come along with what they have. That's what I keep saying. It's everybody's welcome to bring what they have to the table.
There's no minimum
Absolutely
contribute.
Not.
Yeah.
And we would love for people to be able to, we've set it up so that you can do an ongoing, $10 a month, $20 a month.
Perfect.
The building that we're putting we have Michael's WonderWorld as a nonprofit, and then so the park's under the nonprofit, and then the HCC is under the nonprofit. We are renting it at a loss of $7 a square foot, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But what that has allowed us to do is bring groups like KU in.
Okay.
It's allowed us to so we're having to subsidize that, and we are fundraising for that. And so what I like to tell people is every dollar you give is going to support 70 organizations.
I'm maybe somebody in Germany will come across this and be like,
hey,
huge advocate.
It's the World Cup.
Yeah.
Aren't they all coming over? Aren't we going to? We have 650,000 people coming
Tunisia.
over. Amazing. Come be a part of it. I wish we were open for that. But that's, that money coming in, all of it is going to help support and lift up these nonprofits. We're not, trust me, the amount of money. Our accountants in Dallas are not happy.
Yeah.
Not happy at all.
But it's all for such a good cause. It'll literally change the future and the landscape.
We're doing the work on the front end so that this thing can go in perpetuity.
Right.
And that's our goal. And it's not about us. It's not about our family. All we are the people kind of bringing this together and the initial organizers. But we want it to be set up to grow well beyond us and well beyond the years and well beyond anything. And that's kind of how we're positioning it with, again, the county, the city, the state, making sure that, Johnson County Parks and Rec, they're very heavily involved in what we're doing. All these groups come in. I could sit here all day and tell you who it is, but it's basically the first ever collection of these types of nonprofit, for-profit, government, all these groups working together with one goal in mind. And it's amazing. It's amazing the way it's coming together.
You must look back 10 years ago and just be like, who would have thought?
I try not to, because I think, do I really want to do this again if given the chance? Time. Well, it's been hard. It's been really hard, but
So worth it.
It is worth it.
Yeah.
It is worth it. And we're at the finish line, and, what the end result is going to be and what it'll provide for families that are really deserving of it. That makes it all worth it.
You mentioned 25% of the population has a disability.
Yep.
80% end up divorced. Any other things that we should know about, be aware, how to help, how to just be aware of this population that people probably underestimate?
Yeah, I would say one thing is that the one thing I've learned, it's okay to ask questions. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's okay to not understand. I think the human nature is to say, like, when we don't know what to say, we just say something.
Yeah.
Like, you find out someone died, you're like, oh, I'm really sorry. Like, because you don't know, like, we don't know. We don't have the education on it, right? And so I've had people, like, whenever I say Michael's in a wheelchair, and they say, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, why? You didn't put him there.
What should somebody say?
I don't know. There's no right or wrong answer. Be willing,
Be willing to come up and say hi or talk.
Correct.
Don't stare.
No, it's fine.
Kids can be weird, but...
Well, and that's okay. And that's something that it is... I wish I had the right advice on that. The reason we're doing what we're doing is we just want to help educate people.
Yeah.
What I've seen...
Kind of like bring down the barrier that it's like not approachable or
correct.
awkward or...
And it always seems more complicated than it needs.
I know.
I know.
We can talk forever.
I know. This is the guy from the rides in Italy.
Italy?
Zamperla is the company building our rides.
Oh, okay.
And so he's based in New Jersey, but
oh my gosh, wild.
He is. Oh my, 14 messages. No, what we want to do is create an environment where people can come in and have a conversation about it. And I'll give you one example of well-meaning but missing the mark. So we were down in San Antonio the first time, and we were talking to the different groups. One of them being the hotel group, and we were telling them about, hey, we're staying at this hotel. There's 6 of us. We always have to get 2 rooms, and we got everything we could possibly want, right? However, I'm hanging my son's feeding bag on a hanger on one of your chairs. And so they're like, so we need to build couches and chairs with poles in them. I was like, no, just buy 10 poles and put them in a room. Like, this is what we're going to be doing, is we're making it accessible for... ADA covers, you've got the 0 entry showers, you've got stuff like that, right? It has to do with theming and coloring and stuff like that for, there's a lot of different things that go into it, but it's not as complicated or costly. We make it more complicated, I think, than it is, right? And so when you're traveling to this hotel, it's going to have a drop-down menu.
Okay.
Do you need an extra large pack and play? Do you need stuff like the stuff that just it's little things that make it easier.
Well, I think you might have said it earlier, but it's like we overcomplicate things in life, even to the extent of like, just ask to learn.
Correct.
I mean, this is literally now what I'm doing for a living, where I'm like, tell me more of what I don't understand, because I don't know it firsthand. Or what do we say? What is the right thing to say?
Well, yeah, and I don't have the answer there, but I do know that when people ask a question, I'm happy to give them the answer. And it's like I don't expect you to know what's going on, but it's just being open-minded, I guess, and being willing to be a part of it.
Yep.
Gordon Hartman puts it best. He said, "We're not looking for special treatment. We're just looking for a seat at the table."
Yeah.
And all we want to do is be able to create that seat. We want to be able to let's remove as many barriers as possible, because the joy I've seen in my kids, and I'm sure you've seen some of the pictures of them, and you know them all, but they're happiest when their brother's involved and not like, where everybody's just there together.
Right.
Where you don't have to worry about
and
things
the only place they've
way.
been able to do that to date has been Morgan's.
Correct.
But now we'll have
don't get me wrong. There's people doing great work, but I think what we're hoping to be is a proving ground, a test center. Like, we just want to bring. I mean, we've got political, we've got and it's another thing, legal, financial. We've brought all of these resources together because nobody outside of someone living it really fully understands how complicated it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're really enlightening a lot of people.
Correct.
With this.
18 years old for Michael, even though he can't feed himself, even though he can't, we have to get guardianship over him. We have to legally go to court and get guardianship over him, or else we can't be a part of his medical process.
Oh my gosh.
Most people don't know that. They don't understand the family planning, the financial planning. So that's why we have brought all these different resources in, and we've got some of the best in Kansas City coming in to volunteer their time. Because Kansas City's full of good people. Yep. And lots of talented people.
Yeah. So. And that's why we're talking to all the people, because there's so many incredible people like you.
Well, thanks for what you're doing.
Oh my gosh, of course. Thank you for coming in. Okay, so I have to ask, when you met Sarah, I'm dying to know, what did you walk into with the Hunt family, legacy, dynamic? Just give us a little insight into what that was like for you.
Okay. Well, I always enjoy telling this because, like I said, I grew up in Wichita. I was from Kansas City. Obviously, I knew who the Chiefs were and who the Royals were, but we didn't move back here till my junior year. So I was not as enmeshed in the Kansas City sports culture and everything, and did not know who the Hunt family was. And so when Sarah and I started dating or hanging out, I went to meet her on a Sunday, I remember, and she's dressed up. And I said, I thought you went to the Chiefs game. Because my family, we didn't dress up to go to the Chiefs game.
Right.
And she said, I did. And I said, well, why are you so dressed up? And she said, I sat with my grandfather. And I said, oh, well, who's your grandfather? And she said, Lamar Hunt.
You're like, cool, who's that?
I did. I said, well, who's Lamar Hunt? And she's very down to earth. She's never, but that was one of the few times she got a little indignant. She goes, the owner of the Kansas City Chiefs? And I said, he must have pretty good seats then. And that was that.
How was the view?
Yeah. And I didn't, I wasn't as into, nobody could be into sports like their family is.
No.
Like there's just no, they're like, they start talking and I hear Mandarin Chinese.
Yep.
Like it's not, but.
I can very much relate to that. And I mean, I'm not even from here, so I wouldn't have known anything about them either. Yeah.
But the thing is, it's a wonderful family, and there was not a lot of, they all just kind of, I was just kind of when they pat on the head and they're like, just sit over there and be dumb, and we're gonna enjoy the sports. And we watched our first Super Bowl together. We weren't there, but we were just watching it, and I studied up. I tried to be real clever, and I started saying things, and she pat me on the head. And Sarah, she's like 5'1". Pats me on the head. She goes, honey, this is my thing. Just sit over there and look pretty. And I was like, that's best. And that was awesome. Like,
meanwhile, you have like your book of like sportsing. You're like,
okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to try to be. I actually sent Lamar a text the other night because my son, after the hockey game, James sent a text to me, and he's like, these are our stats on the road, and our scoring percentage is this on the road, and our winning and I'm like, okay, Hunt brain more than Arkell brain right here. This is what I was forwarding it to it. I'm like, well, he got. You
talked about your son needing to start his own podcast and talk about sports.
Gosh, yeah, stats. No, he may already have one. I don't even know. Like he's he would not shock me if he had something like that going on. But.
So then, how quickly did you start partnering with Sarah's dad, Lamar Hunt Jr.?
It was a few years later.
Okay.
He wanted to get into some real estate stuff, and I had sold a company, and I was looking for. I'd always wanted to get into real estate, and so we started. We started buying single-family homes. It was a good time. The market had crashed, and then we turned them into rental properties, and that grew into commercial real estate and a few other things. And then many years later, it's been 15 years.
Yeah.
At one point, bought the Mavericks. They're under Loretto Holdings.
Yeah. So you guys do the Mavs together, and then you're also doing this.
All of it's together. It's all under Loretto.
All of it's together. Yeah.
And it all fits together. It's all under the philosophy of, I will give full credit to Lamar. He's a big believer in that, those that have been given much is expected, right?
And you will find that online about him. Like it's probably even on like the Mavs site or whatever. But like he's very very
charitable.
Giving.
Yes. Yeah. We have to sometimes pull him back a little bit, but no, it's a great way to live. I mean, he's been given much. We've all been given much. We like to say, Michael was given to us by God because he knew that we would be accepting. We're and we had the resources to help him. And
you could probably mentor couples who've gone through or going through it. No doubt you've had your dark times.
I was gonna say we just told them not to do what we did, but no, this family, it's great. It's just still a family. I love like people. They're like, I don't know, like you turn famous people into people into mythical creatures almost, right? Like they're up on clouds,
pedestal,
right?
Yeah.
They're just humans.
Yeah.
They have a car.
Yep.
They have a home. They're like they're all. It's the family still argues. Yeah. They're still. They're still joking around. They're still whatever. It is a great family. All of them are great. They're great people. I'm lucky to be a part of it, but most importantly, I'm just glad that I've got an amazing family, a family that I never would have expected to have, and that's way out of my control. But I'm trying to show up every day and do what I think God wants me to do, and provide. I've been given some resources, see what I can do with them. Yeah.
Well, I told you in the beginning, like you were so welcoming and hospitable. Lamar is as well. Obviously, have met him multiple times. Yeah. And like you said, he's so approachable. He's so warm and greet you at any event?
His dad was like that. I mean, I've heard
Yeah.
so many stories about his dad. And the first time I met Lamar Sr., we were going into, this is before they even renovated Arrowhead and added the outside. And
Okay.
Sarah was wearing a black and white houndstooth sweater. And we were walking into his suite. Mm-hmm. And it's called the Founder Suite now. But and she walked up to him and he said, we were playing the Raiders, and he goes, "How can you walk in my suite in those Raiders colors?" And I went, "Oh boy, oh
So
boy!"
this is what I signed up for.
And then he bust into laughter and gave her
Yeah.
a big. I mean, he was just the nicest, most gentle guy you've ever met in your life. And the stories I've heard about him, like at his funeral, I looked at Sarah and I said, "I want to be a better man." Like, I mean, you hear, I want
That's
people
incredible.
to speak about me
Yeah.
when I die.
Yeah.
This favorably.
Yeah.
So.
I need to hear more stories about him. What's your favorite thing about Sheep's culture?
Oh boy!
Now that you've been in it.
There's no such thing. There's no comparison. There's nobody out there that, I mean, our tailgating, the noise, the level of love, just all of it in Kansas City. Sunday is game day.
Yeah. And you get dressed up for games?
What's that?
You get dressed up for games?
How so?
Like Sarah would dress up when you first met her? Do you have to get dressed up like she did?
Oh, well, yeah, I have to wear a suit.
Okay.
Or a sport coat.
Yeah.
We've kind of taken it down
Toned
a little bit.
bit.
I didn't know if you meant like as Casey Wolf or anything
Oh,
like
no,
that.
no, sorry.
Like,
No, you were saying when you were first dating that she was dressed up and she went to the games. I was like, did you then adopt yourself into the...
No.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, so you know what? When you pull into Arrowhead, there's nowhere else on earth like Arrowhead. Mm-hmm. And it's not because of the building and it's not because of the asphalt. I mean,
Right.
I will say this. When they finished the exterior and the enclosed club level, Sarah walked through and she started crying and she was like, "This is exactly how my grandfather would have wanted it," right?
Yeah.
And then you go to other stadiums, and I've had the luxury of getting to go to stadiums all over the country and different places, and Arrowhead's unique.
Yeah.
Arrowhead's really unique, but Arrowhead is what it is because of the fans.
Right.
All
the people
it's
that came
everything
together.
It's
And,
just,
yeah.
I mean, I know that it doesn't matter where the building is, doesn't matter what the building is. The fans are what make it. The smell when you pull into we pull in on Sunday and I get excited.
Yeah.
You're walking in and you get excited.
I love
it's
that.
game day, and
Yeah.
Kansas City fans are amazing.
Yep.
We are a sports town. We love our sports. And now,
Yes, we do.
thanks to the Mahomes and Kelsey duo, we
Yeah.
are internationally known.
I
Everywhere
know.
we
That
go,
has transformed so much.
You're from Kansas City. Oh, do you know who the Mahomes and the Kelsey? Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, we've seen them play. They're good.
Yeah. I know. I tried to, I want to call it a sweater, the jersey. I need a Mavs sweater, by the way, for the hockey team. But you guys are currently out of my
jersey.
size.
Okay. Well, I've got
I'm gonna
plenty of them.
look
I'll
into
get you one.
Okay.
There's no right size because they're all huge.
That's true. Okay, what are some of your family's favorite places to go in KC? Places to eat, things to do. Beyond the people being great, what else do you guys love around town?
Well, for Mother's Day, we went down to Seven Swans Creperie.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Such a great
that's
spot.
where Sarah wanted. We like going to places like that. We like to go out on adventure. We like to go, little. I'm not a big chain guy.
Nope.
I like. We like the history here. There's a lot of restaurants here.
Yeah.
We go to Jasper's a lot.
Love it.
I know he's been good to our family.
Yeah. They have a long history
amazing.
here.
Big history in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Just like going all over town. There's so many great places to go. It's never one place in particular.
Yeah.
It's that's just a good example. We went down and it was a beautiful day on Mother's Day, and we waited in line and we ordered and had Michael, the whole family sitting out in front on the curb waiting for the food to be ready, and then
crepes.
Sitting outside on the, it was.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's
There's
a fun
lots.
pocket of KC too.
Oh
So,
yeah, lots of cool. Actually, there was, I think I want to say not a thrift. I don't know, some sort of a festival going on.
Oh, okay.
That had vintage items for sale.
Yeah.
And Sarah and James walked down to that while
That's
the
fun.
girls and I sat up with Michael and hung out and talked to people.
Yeah.
And, it's the thing I love about Kansas City is no matter where I'm at, I don't feel uncomfortable.
Yep.
Everybody's very welcoming.
I love that. Good. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, should we
Yeah.
keep talking? No, we need to go.
I know. I get it.
But Shirley, thank you so much.
No, thanks for letting me be here. Hopefully you can cut this into something that makes some sense.
No, we've got lots of good pieces. But Shirley, the whole conversation was good. Everybody needs to hear it. And thanks for opening up about everything.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, thank you for all that you're doing for everybody on behalf of everybody who is going to benefit, which is literally everybody. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you
we're
saying
excited.
that, but I'm lucky to have the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that.
I know.
It's I'm glad that we're able to be a small part of something that hopefully will grow to be much larger.
Absolutely. Cool. Thank you.
And one more thing to put Kansas City on the map.
That's right.
One more thing. Only place in the world like it, right here.
I mean, I know that we moved here 10 years ago from Chicago, and I never would have thought that we would have been here during such a, like, what feels like a monumental
Transformative time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. It's
huge.
awesome. It's good. It's
Yeah.
good to be from Kansas City. We're having our Kansas City moment.
We sure are.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in and finding inspiration in these incredible stories. If you love what you hear, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode, leave a rating, and share the show to help these Kansas City voices reach even more listeners.